there's a lot of places where, as an artist, you can. There's a lot of places where you can uh, get payment, and a lot of people, they believe in the usual thing. Either it's a club or it's a festival, but you have no idea the number of places where you get. Listen, I have a friend. He's not famous at all. He never made a single hit song. It was just like us. We were, all in the underground trying to make it. And one day he disappeared. I was not seeing him in the shows, in the talent shows, etc. And one day I meet him in a club, and we talk, and we walk around after the party, walk out together, have a breakfast before going back home. And I'm like, where you been? And he's like, oh, home. I'm like, yeah, but I don't see you, I don't hear you, I don't hear songs. And he's like, hey, listen, I met this woman like 5 years ago, and one day she was in my house, and she saw my instruments, my gear, and she asked me if I was a beat maker. I said, yeah, I'm a rapper, but I also make beats. And she was like, listen, I need instrumentals for all the documentaries. I work for the national French TV, the third biggest national television. So in France, we had TF1, which is like the biggest one, the private. And then we got France 1, and the France 2, and France 3. Those are the national, so France 2, France 3. Those are the national television. So France 2 is trying to compete with TF1 a little bit, but it's public money versus private money. And then France 3 is more about the different regions. It is more culture, it's more documentaries, and more old. You can see they have less budget, right? And less audience. But she told him, hey, listen, I need music to put. You see the way we're talking, the music in the back?
Yeah.
She was like, I need that. I need that.
What's that?
And I said, and he's like, yeah, he makes around 200,000 euros every year just from those. It was like,
I need to make beats.
bro, if you place your beat in the right place, you good. Like if you have there's this guy called, forgot his name, Portuguese guy. He had a one song in Fast and Furious 5. I think he made more than 10 million. 8 to 10 million. Yeah. Because it's a movie that will be seen worldwide. And every ticket, there's a little bit of money for the composers and authors. And every time, the soundtrack comes out in all the country. So when you have a movie like Star Wars, Marvel, Wakanda Forever, Fast and Furious, when you have those big franchises that go out all around the world, you don't receive the copyright from one place. You receive the copyright from every country around the world. And like, imagine if you're gonna get like 100,000, for example, from France only, which is 60 million people. Imagine how much you get from the US, where you have way more the culture of the thing and etc. So you might get like, you might get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 millions if you just place your instrumental or your song in the right movie. And he met a girl like that. He met a girl that was her job. Her job was to select the songs. It's called sync licensing, and her job was head of licensing for that channel. So soon as she, I mean, they were friends, and then one day they were having a drink in his house, him and other people, and she was like, "Hey, you make beats?" And she was like, "Oh, listen, I love beats. Like, can we check your beats?" And the guy, "Oh yeah, all right." Stop playing some beats. And she was like, yo, listen, what do you do with those beats? It's like, make them, da, da, da. She was like, oh, listen, I work for this, and can I have like 5-6 beats? And will not only they pay you up front to use them, they pay you between 3,000 and 5,000. Plus you get copyright money. So imagine they come, they take 10 beats, so you might get 50K just for the beats. Plus every time it's played, or depending of the number of people who are watching. So if there's 2 million people watching the program, you get 2 million divided by X. Gonna be, so if it's a recurring program, or if they use the beat in different things, or if you have, for example, you make the music for the news, for example, then you make money every day. Oh, listen,
Man, he struck gold, man. That was cool, man.
and a lot of people, they don't care about the spotlight because they are in those positions.
Why would you care about the spotlight when you're there, bro?
Some people actually care more about spotlight than those things for reasons that are unknown to me, but some people care more about the spotlight. It's
Question for you. So would you say that 10 grand for a 1 minute, for a 3-minute performance, ratio wise, was that the easiest money you've ever made in your life?
no.
You can beat that?
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more work.
Talk to me. I'm ready. Talk to me.
I made a beat. I made a song. So I had studio with those 3 girls, and I had studio at 2 p.m. At 10 a.m., I'm taking my shower, getting ready to go to the studio. At 1 p.m., I realized that I don't have a beat. I have nothing for them to record. So I cook a beat in 15 minutes. Really, like, big up, bro. I cook a beat in 15 minutes. Like quick kizomba beats, whatever. And then I cook another beat, reggaeton, for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like quick beats. Really like kaboom, kaboom, bam, ka-ching, king, bang, ka-ching, ding, bang, ka-ching, ding, bang, ka-ching, ding.
Yeah.
Quick beats. And it's a group called Ladies. 3 girls. They were 18, brand new. Nobody knew about them. I arrived in the studio, and I give the first beat to another rapper to write. And the main girl, Lila, she's like, okay, so what are we singing tonight? And I'm like, oh shit, I don't have lyrics. And so I was hired to write the lyrics as well as make the beats. And I had no lyrics. So the engineer looks at me like, oh, this guy's not serious. And I look at her and I'm like,
Kaysha.
yeah. And I look at the girl and I'm like, yeah, go to the booth. And she's like, what? She said, nah, just don't worry, go to the booth. She goes to the booth and I said, okay, j'ai attendu ce moment. She's like, what? I said, yeah, sing that. So she's like, j'ai attendu ce moment. I said, okay, presque toute ma vie. She's like, what? Presque toute ma vie. And she's like, Okay. J'ai attendu ça presque toute ma vie. I was like, and I just, on the spot, every time she's done singing a bit, I tell her another beat. And in my head, I remember Top One and Anofela were looking at me and they were laughing. It was like, wait a minute, can you do cheesy songs on the spot? I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm just like, hey, listen, I can improvise any cheesy song. It's like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I waited for this moment all my life, and I can feel it in my heart. This is the day. This is the moment when everything changes in my heart. Chorus. And she recorded that song maybe in half an hour. And the other song was written by Kamnuz, another rapper. And it was a little more elaborate, whatever. Both songs recorded. So I would say an hour of work. There's Warner Music. Here's the project. They say, we want to sign them. We want to do a girls band. They take the girls. They sign a deal with television as well. They have this whole scheme between them where they're gonna play the song every hour in the fourth biggest channel called M6 in France. Plus EMI comes for the publishing, plus whatever. So I get paid $10K to do the album, plus $10K to give my publishing. So I still had my composition plus my writing, but they would receive half of it, and they give me $10K for that. So I'm plus they give me another $5K for something I don't remember what. So I already have $25K, and then those two songs become the two singles
from the project.
They play relentlessly for 6 months. And when I receive after 6 months, I receive my first my first wire transfer from the Copyright Society. It was 105,000.
From that hour of work, and you having no beat and no lyrics,
nothing. And then I receive Good Night, Julie. And then I receive probably the next one was 60K, I think. All in all, I received more or less 200K in the course of 6 months. So you receive every 3 months. I probably received 200K divided by the first one was 100 and something. The second one was 60, then 20, then 20.